Oops, it appears I've forgotten to unmute myself. So we could just start over. How about that? Let's try that. Okay, so I'm going to start over from the beginning. If you've just joined us or if you've been joining us, now at least you can hear what I have to say. I'm sorry. Okay, so if you're just joining us, I'm Jacqueline Fernandez. I'm your Alert Center anchor, and thank you if you're joining us, and thank you for sticking with me if you're interested in hearing what I have to say versus just the visuals. So we can kind of start over. Today's topic, Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen did what he said he was going to do. He's basically going to veto a bill that was passed by state lawmakers, and this is in regards to the safe syringe exchange program. So we're starting over. That's where we're starting. Hopefully a few more of you have clicked on the app or are following now, so that would be good. So let me kind of take you back to our webpage. All right, there we go. So I'm going to scroll back up. So you can always find the latest stories on our website. That's WOWT.com. Here's the safe needles bill that we're chatting about now, and I'll just give you some, oops, there's John and Aaron looking good. So here's some of our video. So basically it's LB 307, and it passed by a 30-7 vote in the legislature and would have allowed safe syringe exchange programs to be developed in Nebraska. Now, Pillen did veto this bill this morning, so the initial plan was to veto it, and he did just that. Close this video for you. Now here's Pillen's veto letter. I'll start at the top here. So he called the syringe service programs law problematic, and in this letter he says, quote, "This legislation is problematic for several reasons. As written, it exposes our kids to increased dangers by allowing them to participate in needle exchange programs and does nothing to enhance the safety of our communities. There is also evidence that these programs lead to enhanced drug use and does not result in significant reductions in the transmission of communicable diseases." So this is Pillen's veto letter. As you can see in its entirety, it's about 2 pages long, and you can notice his signature officiating the veto in blue. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the legislation did receive wide bipartisan support and was introduced by State Senator Megan Hunt of Omaha. And she says, you know, the intent with this bill is helping communities control the spread of diseases like HIV. It did not require counties or cities to adopt a safe syringe exchange program. So this is what she's saying. It just allows them to create one. So earlier, if we head back to our website here, Senator Megan Hunt actually had this to say on X, formerly known as Twitter. She says, "Yeah, we'll override that," with a little smiley face. You can see here. She says, "Pillen cites a lot of misinformation in his reasoning for vetoing the bill, but my colleagues understand LB 307 is tailored to the needs of Nebraskans through input of local experts, stakeholders, and practitioners." So you can see her here. This is the latest. And she says, you know, we have a comment here, as expected. So Pillen is definitely doing what he said he would be doing. And that is that. Now, again, we'll head back to his veto letter. In his veto letter sent to the legislature, he says the sources cited by proponents of the bill don't pertain to today's opioid crisis. He cites some notes from the CDC. He says, according to the CDC, about 53% of all 214 overdose deaths in Nebraska in 2021 were opioid overdoses. So again, the opioid crisis we've been reporting on air and online, seemingly ad nauseum. Unfortunately, it's still a big problem nationwide and especially here in Nebraska. So we're keeping our eye on that as well. And again, just thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. If you, oops, there we go. Questions or comments, you can also follow me on social media at JL Fernandez TV. And thank you so much for joining me here on the Alert Center. Make sure you stay tuned for First at 3 coming up. Until then, we'll see ya.